This is literally last year in reverse. Because
Yeah.
last year, game one was on my birthday. I'm in New York. I'm with my boy Nye, my boy Ivan, and I'm thinking we got game one in the bag. Let's go. One step closer to the finals. And then Aaron Neesmith happens. So tonight is a little retribution. That was unbelievable.
Yeah.
That was beyond
When's your
unbelievable.
birthday, D? Huh? Today?
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yes.
Okay. You going in and out some.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't hear any time you said Thursday until the last one.
can you hear me
Don't hear
better now?
you
Is
at
it?
all.
Am I still in and out?
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
now you're better.
I'm better. Okay. Maybe I just gotta. Is that better?
I think so.
I'm just trying. I think my I don't have my headphones in, and I think my speaker is somewhere on my laptop.
Okay.
But I also dropped my laptop or it, like fell off my desk like a couple weeks ago, and my charger bent. I feel like something might have happened to it. Nothing crazy, but that could be a slight fact.
Could be part of the reason you're fading in and out, but
Who
we'll
knows?
confirm by the end of the night.
Maybe slightly bad internet. Uh,
Yeah.
but moral of the story, I don't know. I don't know what I just watched, but it was incredible.
Yeah. You know what? I was so part of what I do when I watch the games, if I get anxiety, I start doing something else. So sometimes I just start like playing a game on my phone when they're playing bad. And Jai can probably remember sometimes we're watching the game, he like, you just missed that whole part. I be
Yeah.
stressed out. So I just be looking at my phone and I was literally doing work just now on purpose
Yeah.
in the third quarter.
Yourself?
I don't even know what happened to me this time because I've been real strict with the Knicks this year. Like, if you're gonna waste my time, it's over. And for some reason, down 18, down 22, I just couldn't turn this game off.
Yeah.
And I sent y'all that clip of Brunson hitting the three to cut it to five. I was like, when he hit that three, it has to be over. That's because Naismith cut it to five the same way. Once you
Yeah.
do that, that's the soul of the team gone.
Yeah. That scared the hell out of them
Yeah.
because they changed everything. They literally stopped going to Donovan Mitchell. We don't even know where he went. I think Evan Mobley hit a three
That was a good.
to huh?
That was a great three. Put him back
Yeah,
up six or
We
eight.
put him back
it
up
8.
7 or 8. Yeah, I think 8.
Yeah.
And when he hit that three, I'm like, ah man, we did all that for nothing.
Yep. And here we go. And I was like, wow.
But then we came back. Mikhail hit the was it Mikhail who hit the three?
Oh,
He had
Shamit.
two.
Or
That
Shamit? Yo,
man.
no, we got a 2 yet because it's set to
No, no,
6.
no.
Then
We're
Mikhail had
not
the
doing
count.
the Mikhail disrespect this year. That's he hit
I,
two
I got
straight
nothing. I got
threes.
He
nothing
did in
bad to
that
say
corner
about Mikhail.
threes. But
I
my
got
boy
nothing bad to
Landry
say about
Shaman
Mikhail.
came in and fucking locked ass on Donovan Mitchell, bro. Like
Yeah.
I
Yo,
don't know if anybody's gonna start mentioning it. Kenny and them, those dingbats talking about the other guys just stepped up. Landry Shaman came into the game and defended Donovan Mitchell over those screens into the lane and hit three gigantic threes. Not big
when
threes.
yeah, I think when they got to 91 or 93, I think Donovan had 29. I
Hmm.
don't
Mm-hmm.
think he scored the rest of the game.
Mm-mm.
No.
Start doing his little
He
bullshit
had
Spider-Man thing.
he
Done.
had 3 points in the fourth quarter, zero in overtime. But let's get an official kickoff here, Darren, since that's your expertise. I'll hand it off to you. But let's just get a little intro and so we can key it up.
This is emergency instant reaction pod episode 21 or 22, I believe. Look, there's no introduction needed. The Knicks just won from down 22 with 7 minutes left. And I like I genuinely thought like so I'm at my buddy's crib. We both work at the station together. He works in news, and I'm with the sports network. And we hang out pretty often. And he's also a Knicks fan. He was actually in Philly for game 4, I think, on Mother's Day. He was in Philly, and he was like, "Yo, me and my roommate." He was like, "Yo, you guys want to come over and watch the Knicks?" I'm like, "I'm actually gonna be off before the game, so I should be able to come through." So we're watching and whatever, and we were playing some FIFA. He has two TVs in his living room. We had FIFA on one TV and the game on the other. So we're going back and forth, and the game started getting real ugly. So we started really just like, all right, screw it, like, let's
He's
just
just
play
committing.
FIFA.
Commit to FIFA.
And we're playing and playing. I'm noticing, the lead is trimming and dwindling, and it goes from 22 to 16. And I'm like, no, it's not enough time. Like
Yeah,
it's too
they
it's
ain't
too
gonna do
wonky. And then it goes from 16 to 12, and I'm like, why don't we pause the game real quick? And then it goes from 12 to 5. Brunson is at 3. Oh my God. What Brunson did to James Harden, I don't know if they'll be allowed to post that on the internet. I don't know because it got to a point where it's like you feel bad. It's like how was no one's helping.
Yeah,
They weren't doubling. They were doing the dumb thing that I always say if you're gonna double, you have to double, especially in the NBA.
yeah, they was
Because
like
if you give
half-assing
if
it.
yeah, if you like come with hands like this guy is like it's 9U basketball, these are pros. They're just gonna take their time and keep their head up while they dribble and find the open person, or they'll just run around you because they're too
Yeah,
fast. So they're doing these half-ass doubles,
it was horrible.
and oh my
And
God.
who told them Dean Wade could defend Brunson?
The entire internet, everybody's
Oh my
going off.
God.
He's a Brunson stopper. They're pulling up statistical templates I've never seen in my life before. Like 38 possessions. Dean Wade held him to 33%. That might have been an accident.
Right.
It's not a big enough sample size where I've seen Dean Wade shut down Jalen Brunson. Like of all people, it's gonna be Dean Wade. That was ridiculous going into this series.
Or anyone.
Look,
I mean, when did he become a lockdown defender worth mentioning?
remember, like at least when they were talking about, Oubre like last year or
Yeah.
Oubre this year or Edgecombe. I'm like, these are athletes. These are
Yes.
guys that I'm like, okay, if they were to give Brunson fits, I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
The Dean Wade thing, I'm like, that's just disrespectful. Like now, like
Well,
look, I get it.
I can't
They
tell
were
you what I
hyping
was
up
really thinking.
I think he
I,
was like 1 for 15 over like 30, like you said, Jai, I think 30 some possessions. And I'm like, I mean,
yeah.
okay, like who know now again, I don't know what they're classifying it as because I've seen people in NBA Twitter, WNBA Twitter, college basketball Twitter, they're giving people credit for defending shots when it's just like a late closeout. And they're
Yep.
crediting somebody with the defense. So I'm like, how many of those, 1 for 15 are plays like that, where it's
Yeah.
maybe a late closeout and Dean Wade just happens to be the next rotation. So he shows his hands and he gets credited with the defense.
Well,
So
I think
that was
that's
just
just as NBA. That's part of the script. They got to have somebody to talk about. You're not talking about Donovan Mitchell stopping him. You definitely ain't talking about James Harden stopping him. And if you put any one of those two toothpicks they got for big men on them, the shit's not happening. So they gotta
Ooh.
go with Dean Wade. If you imagine them putting Evan Mobley on him, talking about he was a defensive player of the year.
Oh
no,
my
I will say this
gosh.
because in reality, I do think, ironically, what was giving us trouble, which is why we ended up in the position we were in the first place, was their double big lineup and just Jared Allen in general. And a combination of that, but also Josh Hart doing nothing. Because this is one of those Josh Hart games where I'm like, he can't play. Like there's just certain games where Josh Hart can't play,
Yeah,
and this was one of them
yeah.
because he taking the threes. Yeah, he wasn't making them. So
I
if
think he
he's
went
not making him, it
1 for 6. I
yeah,
think
and if he's
He made
not
the
making
one that got
threes,
us going though.
he sure as hell did. He
yeah.
made
Well,
one big
and if
one.
he's not making consistently, it was letting Jared Allen and Mobley just roam around and
Yeah, they
just
were able to
block
stay on the
shots.
court.
Nobody could get inside the paint.
Yeah. during the
It was
run,
ugly.
Jared Allen. As a matter of fact, during their run, Jared Allen was getting was causing a lot of trouble on the offensive boards. Wherever he wasn't getting the ball, he was just big enough to make sure that they got the ball. And down the stretch, he was. I don't even think he was in. Was he in the game? Jared
Jared
Allen, I don't think
Allen?
was in the game.
Nah, I think it was just Mobley.
Yeah, he wasn't even in the game.
Well, because what happened was, so this was the adjustment.
Yeah,
Take
take
Josh
Josh
Hart
Hart
out
out.
of the game
Yeah,
and put actual shooters in.
he
So
put
now
in
Jared
Landry
Allen
Shamet.
can't just sit in the paint. He
Yep.
has to
Well,
get
this is
out there,
also what
and
happened.
all of a sudden we got to the rim.
I didn't want to just say this in the group chat during the game because I didn't want to sound like a loser. But Mike Brown, he has moments where I think he's just watching the game like the rest of us. And there's a there's a moment in this game where the Cavs defense looks unstoppable. And I was saying the only reason they look so good is because we're not even trying to shoot threes. Not only are we not making them, we're not even shooting them. We're
Yeah,
forcing the ball inside to Jarrett Allen or Evan Mobley, and they're getting the easiest block opportunities in the world. The Knicks aren't getting any calls. It's just
yeah,
like, I mean, we did that for like 10 minutes straight, the same
yeah,
thing over and over again. Like you said, Darren, he made that decision to switch out Josh Hart and put shooters on the court, and then we started shooting threes again. Then the
yeah,
game looks different because if you're taking away an entire the most important part of the game in 2026, then there's no wonder they stretch the lead to 22.
yeah,
So, we had a horrible start to the shooting night. I don't think you respond by not shooting threes. That's like they told us to do that in middle school. I still can't shoot. So you're not supposed to mess with somebody's rhythm like that.
Yeah,
yeah.
Richie was not.
I
Mhm.
think the big turn watching it, I still got to go with like you're right. You can't act like if I talked about Landry Shamet because his contribution was tremendous, but you can't act like Bridges was critical because OG is clearly playing very slow. He's being very cautious, and the excitement of the game got to him when he tried to flush it on Joker from the half
Yeah.
from the dotted line. But he's trying to be very cautious with that hamstring, and I'm glad he's able to get through the game. If we can get him through this whole series and win it without him being injured and let him just ball out against the West Coast, if we get there, I would be happy. But I'm very nervous about OG. He's critical.
He was in a spot where he has to get over the mental block because I think thankfully they were saying that it was a grade 0, grade 1 strain. So it
Yeah.
really, I mean, he is in the timetable where he's not pushing it so egregiously. He maybe could go another few days with just doing nothing. And that's probably what he's going to be doing in between game 1 and 2. Is just probably
Mm,
very little. But I don't think I don't think it was so serious that he's really pushing it by playing. He had to get over the mental block. I think what we were seeing, because like, think about 2024. That was just, he shouldn't have been out there.
he
And
shouldn't
it
have been
showed.
out there. They should have fined somebody.
Yeah, I think what we saw in like the first quarter, it didn't look like that. It looked more like, oh, he's not confident. I don't think
Yeah,
he believes in himself. I think he just needed to get into the flow of the game. And if anything, I think the energy of the crowd getting to him was probably the best thing to happen for him because now he knows even if it's not 100%, he can go, let's just arbitrarily put out 85% and he's not going to hurt himself. He'll be okay and he can be effective. Because when he was actually doing what I mean, what was he in the Hawks series and Sixers up until he got hurt? He was 21 a game on like 67%. So if that's what we're going to get, that's gonna be the ultimate. Like OG is the ultimate cheat code. I've been telling people, I've been saying to anybody who'll listen, and you guys hear I talk about OG. There are games where even if Brunson has 40, the best player on our team that night was probably OG Anunoby because he's gonna score. If he can score an efficient 20 plus, and he's basically shutting down your best guy or guys for multiple spans, multiple
yeah.
possessions, it's irreplaceable. And
But
that's getting
but
that confidence back.
he
It
has
looked more
those
like
lapses.
that.
He has those lapses. And that's the thing that he is 100% critical. And you're right. We do need him and that's from his defensive presence, but he also has to hit some shots. He got to give us at least 17 points. He's got to hit his 17 points and hit like 2 or 3 threes, and then he is the guy you're talking about.
Well,
We
I
just
don't know
can't.
if the lapses matter because I feel
What?
like every time for OG it's like regular season lapses, but when it's the playoffs, I mean, he really did
Regular
for a
season and
long
only
stretch of games.
offensive.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. At the very minimum, he's not going to have a bad game on both sides. He's going to
Yeah,
be the best defender on the floor. He's one of the most underrated defenders in NBA history. He's not in these conversations. I
yeah,
watched them say Amin Thompson is the best wing defender. That's still not, like these guys are just wild and they don't get calls against them. OG
yeah.
Anunoby is doing technical things. He's an incredibly smart player. If he misses a couple threes, I can't be mad at him because every time there's a big game, maybe not today, but those games against Philly, those are huge. You like to get this much rest to be going into the ECF with that confidence, like being able to, not the Sixers series, but the end of the Hawks series and up until he got hurt. But you know, being able to just steer the team like that and be who you're supposed to be in these moments is huge. And in a long term of a playoff run, those are things that are most important.
Yeah.
Seeing
What do
here a
we
stat that says NBA teams were 3-747 when down by 20 or more in the fourth quarter of a playoff game over the last 30 years. They're now 4-747. Knicks come back from 22 in the fourth quarter, the second largest fourth quarter comeback in the playoffs in the play-by-play era since 1997.
That's huge. That's huge. It's still kind of unbelievable. I was watching some of the post game commentary. You're right, Jai. I'm always at the end of the regular season. Midway through, I just was starting to believe like you can't just keep getting down. Mike Brown has to have a plan, and I'm very, very comfortable now. Obviously, believing that we were, he was we were witnessing a team that had a plan to go in a deep playoff run as opposed to a team that was scrapping and fighting to get there. He was planning the whole time to these different lineups, these different but we need to talk about Cat because I think that is probably the adjustments that he had to make are about watching Cat's limitations. And I think what we found was that Cat's limitations are when he is in the post, he is committed to looking for foul opportunities, and he's putting us in a difficult position to defend when he's trying to get points in the paint. And that's why I think that's a significant reason why they went on the run they did and why we got down 20 because he was trying to get easy baskets by using Cat in the paint, and they were getting steals, they were getting blocks, they were getting strips, and he was missing. And there was nothing, like you said, they were stopped shooting threes. And once we went away from that, and Brunson decided we're not doing that anymore. I don't know if that was even a Mike Brown call. It didn't look like it in the game. It looked like Brunson was like, "Give me the fucking ball. This motherfucker's stupid." Excuse my language, but if it were me on the basketball court, that is exactly what I would have said. Just give it to me. If we're gonna lose, we're gonna lose because I missed, not because of that dummy. He was doing some real dumb shit. That he being Cat. I
I mean,
think
there
he
was
just
the drive where OG he had the shot fake and he drove and instead this oh my god I got so mad. He's holding on to Jared Allen instead of look if Jared Allen wants to step up, listen, because all it is here, Cat. Here's a
here.
free
You're
2 point,
standing right there. Yeah, that
and
was
you just got
the
to
Josh
stand,
Hart, the
catch,
clothesline.
dunk.
Yeah,
And instead, he's holding him. Cat's
Like
so
nobody's gonna see.
bro.
Like
Cat
nobody's
is
gonna see.
for Cat to be as smart of a guy as he is. And I'll say it a million times. For Cat to be as smart as he is one of the dumbest basketball players ever. And I was just happy he didn't pick up 3 fouls in the first quarter. It feels like it's been 3 months since that happened.
Yeah,
It feels like
yeah,
every playoff game he played in, even in the games he won by 50, he could barely play because he's got 3 fouls in the first 10 minutes of the game.
yeah. I
So I'm
mean,
like,
he's
okay,
very
well, he got through
effective.
the first quarter with no fouls. That's a win. But
Yep.
it didn't matter because that second quarter was alarming. Was
Yeah.
very alarming. I
Yeah.
had people hit me up talking about what's going on, Darren. I'm like, look, we missed shots.
A lot.
I think we were for two for 19 in the
It
first
was
half from
horrible.
three.
I felt pretty good after the second quarter. It was the third quarter that had me thinking that the Knicks are going to need a couple games because it's clear that's what happened. While we had to wait a week to play Atlanta, with the Knicks needed like 3 whole games to be able to get on the level of playoff basketball. Today, luckily, they needed 3 quarters.
Yeah.
Uh, so I mean, I said in the group chat, it's literally they need 2 games. They needed like 2 minutes. They went on the run like right after that.
Instantly. As soon as you said it, they was
Yeah.
yeah.
And also I want to say I said in the group chat too, after Cat held Jared Allen's arm, that's the dumbest play in NBA history. And even though we won, that is still the dumbest play in NBA history. Because
Yeah.
what followed to make us win is not highly probable. Mikal Bridges ran back to for an above the break three, fade in backwards and made it the
Yeah.
next play. So that's never going to happen again. That's the dumbest play followed by the luckiest play in NBA history.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, and how about the Shamit roll? I
Yeah,
mean,
that's our payback for the
The
Halliburton roll,
Halliburton.
Halliburton bounce
yeah,
last year.
That shit
that
was
roll
crazy.
was crazy. Mike Breen had the bang
Yeah.
preloaded. Oh man. I thought Merrill gamed us. I'm like, not this guy.
Oh God, that guy.
And
I didn't
then
want to see that.
the funniest piece of overtime to me was the Cavs only scoring 3 points when Josh Hart was in the game. Josh Hart checked it. Josh Hart didn't play the entire overtime. He checked in. Strus hit a three, and Mike Brown immediately called the timeout and took Josh Hart out
Took
the
his ass out
game.
again.
Took
Yeah,
him out
Josh
again.
was like, I think he was at minus
He was a
22.
minus 28.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
He's terrible. And I'm not trying to
Wow.
dogpile on him because I like Josh Hart. My roommate thinks that I hate Josh Hart's guts. That like if I were to see him in the street, I'd punch him in the face. I'm like, no, I actually quite like Josh Hart. I think he's proven how essential to winning he is for. Oh, he's minus 23. I thought I saw 8,
23,
but
yeah.
I'm like he's proven that there are moments where he's essential to us winning. He's also proven there are times where we don't need him to play at all. Like he would actually be
Yeah,
better
yeah.
served just
It
never playing.
helps when he sit his ass down. Like
Yeah.
tonight. Hey, look
So
at my boy Landry Shamet,
Shamit,
25
man,
plus 25.
I love Shamit. I love Shamit. It is he's such a he's just such a gamer. Like he could come off the bench in the second half after not playing the entire first half and just be ready.
That's what he
I
did
think that's
just
a
now.
skill.
Yeah,
Him
he
and
barely
even Jordan
played in the
Clarkson.
first.
Jordan
Yeah,
Clarkson, and it's so funny because I remember. I mean, if you remember, we were on this pod probably like a few months ago talking about Jordan Clarkson doesn't play and
yeah,
and it's deserved and he probably shouldn't play. And now I can't imagine us not playing without him. I think that he had a real soul search moment of some sort with Mike Brown, and they
yeah,
basically were like, "Look, we believe in you, but we also I think they probably went about it in the way of like, we believe in you and we believe you're so good that what we're asking you to do, you're gonna thrive in it because you're better than that.
yeah,
Like you're better than a guy who's rebounding and spotting up and hitting threes. Like you're capable of, going off the dribble. You can score. I mean, if Jordan Clarkson for the rest of this playoffs, if there was a game that he scored 20 points, I wouldn't be shocked,
yeah. Not at
right?
all.
But
They
that's
they
but and
unlocked. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was just saying, and that's exactly what he's bought into. It's like, look, he's out there to rebound and spot up and play defense, But if there's a night where,
We
like
need some
against
buckets.
the Spurs in the NBA Cup game, where we need him to be a
He
spark
turned it
plug
on.
and, just a streaky shooter, he'll do that still.
Well, I think it's a mastery of how Brown is using those guys. Um, like because we pointed out, I know I did. I couldn't believe he was treating my boy Clarkson like that during the season. And then Shamit, because Shamit was on the tear, so you really couldn't use him. And then Shamit got hurt, and then Deuce got hurt. I thought Clarkson was on his way out during the trade deadline. I thought he was going to be gone, and then Deuce got hurt, which made them have to keep him. I think that's the only reason he's still a Knick, because Deuce got hurt for extended time and Shamit was out, or Shamit was out and then coming back from whatever. I think he had a knee injury, and so you really had nobody. And we were looking at Alvarado, but what Alvarado does is he then goes on a sort of like a 10-game streak of not hitting a three after he came in, starting to play well.
Yeah.
And so your bench was like, we need Clarkson again. And Clarkson came back, if y'all remember, and uncorked that floater, that float game. He started getting right to that float game every time he checked into the game. And so now we have him and Alvarado. Alvarado figured out that he was the key to unlocking Mitch. And so that was good to watch, of allowing those guys to go ahead and do their thing, because Deuce, remember, was on a tremendous tear before he got hurt. So you didn't really need those other guys to do anything. You just needed Deuce to get off. So now we got, based on injury, and we've got a real what? What?
Nothing.
We got we got a real bench. I think we went 10 deep tonight.
Yeah, Alvarado was pretty good in his stretch today. I think he had like 6 points, something like that.
Instantly.
I think the
Alvarado
thing
was
that
great.
excited, what do you say?
You saying Alvarado was great.
Yeah, I think the thing that excited me the most about today was the look on the players' faces. Correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't even realize. I could be wrong, but this is Cat's third consecutive conference finals, right?
Only player in the league.
Yeah.
Only player in the league to
Um,
go to 3 straight.
yeah. So like you're seeing that. You see Clarkson was on that 2018 team, I'm pretty sure, that got swept in the finals. I don't know if Shamit was on that 22 team, but Bridges was. They lost real late. OG's team won a finals in 2019 and came up short. No, they didn't. They won the finals, but I mean, OG couldn't play. He was
He
injured.
didn't play. He didn't play the whole playoffs.
Yeah. So, I saw a look on these players' eyes that's like, not only we're down in this game and it didn't feel like they wanted to lose. That's why, I kept the game rolling, is because like it felt like they knew that this opportunity only comes one in a million, and they've been here before and they've lost, and they've been on the other end of a comeback like this, where they've seen a team that was hapless, win like that. And there was such a belief and a determination when Shaman hit that three. Go back and watch the way he, like, look at his face. I'm like,
Mhm.
that's somebody who's been waiting for this their entire lives, and it's
Yeah,
coming. They waiting on it for season after season, and that was the culmination of it all tonight. And I hope that it continues for the rest, because they're on an absolute tear right now.
that's right. They found a mojo. They found a
Yeah.
mojo.
Just looking through the box score here, the fact that we won this game is crazy because, I mean, outside of the comeback, I mean, we shot terribly. Nobody in the starting lineup made more than 1 3 except for Mikal, and he made 2. Shamit was 3 for
Those were in
3
the
from
fourth
3.
quarter, right?
Yep, those are
Yeah.
both.
Yeah, we were 10 for 32 as a team. Everybody besides Brunson, no one else scored 20. Like, this was a straight Brunson takeover. And the only 3 Brunson hit was that one to cut it to 5. That was like this. I mean, his pull-up game today was masterful. Like that was pleasing to watch. Get in the paint, stop. pop hit floater. Oh,
Yeah,
his floater was. I mean, it's rare that his floater isn't hitting because he does hit a lot, but and he was. I mean, he was terrible at the line. He was 7 of 10 from the free throw line.
that's
So we
another
missed. We were
thing.
66%. Now, obviously, six of
Mitch,
those are Mitch, who I mean, he's just a lost cause. I don't know how you can be a pro basketball player and shoot free throws like he does. It's just a lack of attention to detail. Because I know he's an athlete, but he's just
he's trying. He is trying.
is he trying hard enough?
I don't know. That I can't say because I remember
But
watching Frank Ntilikina's bum ass hit a mid range shot. I know he.
I think that everybody in the world needs to collectively stop talking about it. They had a graphic today on the screen I've never seen. It was a floating orb that told the world that he was the worst free throw shooter of all time. I've never seen that graphic before.
Of
And
all
like he's
time.
at the line, he's at the line embarrassed as he's walking up there. Let's not cheer, not talk. He can make free throws. He's a human being. Just let
Yeah,
him shoot them regularly. But the
shit.
greatest thing about hacking Mitch is it's a sign of weakness. That's when the Knicks smell blood in the water. That's when I smell blood in the water. We could
Yeah,
be however much, but you start hacking Mitch, I'm like, you don't believe in your team's ability to close this game out. Clearly,
you up
that's what I saw
14.
tonight.
You up 14. You went to fucking hack a Mitch so they don't catch a rhythm
Yeah,
in the second quarter. Was it the second quarter or third? It
and
was
every
Or
point counts. He made two or three.
yeah.
he made 2 free throws all day,
It's
Yeah,
all
all
right.
night.
we ended up at OT, but yeah, that it's a. I mean, as he's at the line, it's not even about basketball anymore. This is magic.
Uh, or sorcery. All right. Well, it's 12:10. We got another one on Thursday. I
Yeah,
say we come back for Thursday. D, how fast we can get this up?
yeah.
Let's put it out
Literally
there.
going
Let
from
people know we
this is
back on
going right
Thursday.
from here, no edits, just bam,
Pop
right
it
to
on.
YouTube. That was man, like this is like one of those things where it's like I'm gonna remember this night. Like I'm
This
just
is a big night.
I'm so I'm so glad that this happened because I also do think this could be potential. This could have been the sweep sealer. Like, I don't know. I know, Donovan Mitchell, I haven't even seen, but I guarantee you Donovan Mitchell's gonna have some, Superman quotes in the presser of, oh, it's just one game. We should have won, but it's just one game. We got to get
Mhm.
ready for game two. And that all sounds good. But then you wake up in the morning and you realize, damn, we were up 22 with 7 minutes left and we lost. And that lingers in your brain. And then you wake up again on Thursday and you're at shoot around and you're like, damn, the last time we were in this building, we had a 22-point lead with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter and we lost.
Yeah,
And
they
then the
don't feel
game
like
tips
they're better
off.
than the Knicks right now.
Yep. Like
That
I,
hurt.
I really do think the chances that we sweep, I already said Knicks in five, but I feel it could be four. It could be that easily. Because
Hey,
because I think the fans also were gonna start to bail. Because how
yeah,
much are the fans gonna show up?
yeah.
I know it's Cleveland, so it's not like people are going to have, easy access. I know we got rich fans in the fan base, but how much is Cleveland going to show up? That's a real heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching L.
Well,
There was a white lady in the
Cleveland
front.
fans know they know winning basketball. They come in game three. You can guarantee that.
For the players' sake, I hope so.
They're gonna be there on game three.
I
If
don't
they
know.
lose
We were
game
there.
three,
I mean, it was years ago, but it was Knicks
Yeah.
Midwest.
You show up when LeBron James is on your team. I don't know how much they want to watch James Harden, and I think we'll leave it at that.
yeah,
Um, We'll be back after game two. Actually, I'm not gonna say we'll be back for sure after game two because I think
Birthday.
we might be going out. So I don't
oh,
know.
that's right.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But Friday, yes. Friday, yes. But
We all right. We
Thursday,
get it
up in the
Friday.
air. But this has been Jai, Reek, and D, and let's go Knicks, man.
Let's go Knicks.